Hello everybody, Cooper here, and welcome to the 2025 AFL Grand Final episode of my AFL 26 Management Career Mode here with Port Adelaide. It's the game we have all been waiting for. Hawthorn and Port Adelaide have had quite the rivalry over the last couple of years, and in Ken Hinkley's final game in charge, we've got Hawthorn in the grand final. I'm very, very excited for it. I hope you're all doing very well today. Jack Lukosius, currently on 99 goals coming into this one, but we do have some injury concerns. It says I've already picked the team. Apparently, I have not picked the team because Ollie Wines is still here and he is injured. Now, I don't know why it's done that because I have not changed anything. He's injured. So I don't know why it has done that. That is very, very strange because the team I have not picked, it's exactly the same as last week's team. So I guess we'll have to make a few changes. I'm just going to put Ollie Wines as the sub because he was the only injury from last week and that was the only change I believe I was going to make unless I said otherwise. We'll put Jace Burgoyne in as the rover and Joe Richards can go and start on the wing. He was very, very good in the prelim. Kicked 5 goals, about to say kicked 6 against the Dogs, but no, he just kicked the 5 in the end. But this is how we're going to be lining up today. We'll start at full forward. We normally start at full, but we'll start at full forward today. We've got Whitlock, Lukosius, Berry, Horne-Francis at half forward, then Georgiadis and Anastopoulos in the half forward line. Then we've got Willem Drew, Zach Butters, Joe Richards, Jace Burgoyne, the skipper Connor Rosie, Jordan Sweet, Darcy Byrne-Jones at halfback, Alir, you'd think he'd be the All-Australian centre halfback this year. And we've got Ryan Burton, the Burger King, Zerk Thatcher, and Kane Farrell, which has basically been our defence for the entire season. I think apart from when Kane Farrell got injured for a little bit, that's basically been it. We've been pretty durable to most of our key guys. I know Connor Rosie missed a bit of time, as did Butters, as did Farrell, but apart from that, I think we've been pretty good. Ollie Wines is going to be the sub today. I know he's injured with a hamstring strain, so I don't even know if we're going to be able to play him, but that is what we're going to be doing today. And with that out of the way, we can finally get to the MCG for today. It's going to be, technically speaking, a Hawthorn home game, but I dare say the fans will largely be Hawthorn anyway, being that we are the non-Victorian team for today's affair. We're coming out onto the MCG, going for our first Premiership in prison bars in the AFL. Obviously, the 04 Premiership, we were not wearing the prison bars, but we've got a big job on our hands today. Hawthorn have been one of the best teams all year long. They gave us a mighty fright. I think it might have been in gather round, actually. Gave us a really big fright. Travis Boak, who is probably the only player left, I would say, from the 07 Grand Final, is playing today in what could be his final game for the club, unless we re-sign him for next season. Jace Burgoyne, his dad Peter, played in the 07 Grand Final. And then we've got Ken Hinkley, who was an assistant coach for Geelong in that Grand Final as well. So a lot of interesting ties back to the 07 Grand Final. And out come the Hawks, led by the Sicily. And a few little agitators, Ginnivan, Nick Watson, the Wiz. What a contest this is going to be. And as they come through the banner, with Sam Mitchell, who he's played in quite a few premierships with Hawthorn, going to be lining up for the team photo as head coach today. There he is with his young Hawks. Would probably come in as favourites, the odds would suggest. But you never know what can happen on grand final day. As the MCG erupts, the two captains will meet in the middle of the ground. We're going to call tails on the toss as the away team for today. We've won the toss. No real win to speak of. We're going to kick to the right of screen this time around. And every game we have played this season comes down to this. Ollie Wines starting in the middle for whatever reason. I did start him on the bench. You saw what I did. Connor Rosie, quick kick inside. Jack Lukosius! Is this going to be the moment that we haven't really spoken about it today, but lining up for his 100th goal for the year. Hasn't been done since Buddy Franklin kicked it in 08. He puts it through with the first goal of the grand final. What a fantastic start. Absolutely perfect. Great tackling in the middle of the ground. Burgoyne, handball forward, doesn't find a target, unfortunately. Lloyd Meek kicking to half forward for the Hawks. Only finds Ryan Burton, who obviously used to play for the Hawks, was a part of that Chad Wingard trade that really just benefited us. I would really say the Hawks did not benefit from that deal whatsoever. Georgiadis in the middle of the field. Has a lot of players running forward. We've got one more running wide. Jordan Sweet can't take the mark. Good fist. And a great tackle on Lloyd Meek from the big fella. Let's go long. Let's go strong. Lukosius is down there with Whitlock. Ball goes to ground. And it's a rush behind. And it's been a hot start early. The Wiz in the back pocket. Doing very, very nicely. Over the top. Alir kicked a goal right on halftime against the Bulldogs. He sees Whitlock short. And that's where he's going to go. And what a debut season it's been from Jack Whitlock. 71 goals so far on the year. Second in the Coleman. Make that 72. An outstanding kick for goal. Did spend some time in the resis for a little bit, but he has come back strong. Hawks showing a bit of fight in the middle of the ground. Jordan Sweet once again with the tackling. Good God. Quick kick inside 50 for the Hawks. Zerk Thatcher got nowhere near it. And Jack Gunston, the man who just is defying age in real life. For the Hawks first, puts it straight through the middle. One of the best set shots in the AFL has been for a long time. Quick kick over the top by Butters. Burgoyne does a fantastic job. We've got players over the top. Connor Rosie's the target. And the skipper already has the 2 disposals today. I mean, doesn't sound like a lot. And that is an absolutely putrid kick. I don't even think it's got the journey, but it's coming back. It's no good. Hawthorn working the ball up the wing. There's a dropped mark, actually. Anastopoulos. Handballs to Rosie. Looking for a play inside 50. Doesn't quite find it. Alir takes a good mark. Got players in and around the top of the 50. That's where we go. Connor Rosie and Jai Newcomb. Rosie gets... Oh, he doesn't actually mark it in the end. Georgiadis drops the ball. Rosie's gang tackled by 2. We got another ball up right on the center square at center half forward. It's been an excellent first quarter between both teams, actually. Handball over the top. Horn Francis can't pick it up, though. Another intercept. Another handball. Horn Francis is wrapped up by Weddle. 8 minutes gone into the first quarter. 14 plays 6 so far. Really excellent start. And it is just contested footy right now. Willem Drew kicks to full forward. Lukosius is there at the top of the goal square. Already has one. Looking to put through a second for his 101st of the season. Does not make a mistake. Another hit out to Sweet. Can't work it forward though. Hawthorn trying to get it forward. Alir. Fantastic mark once again. Let's go wide. Horn Francis on Connor Nash, the Irishman. And the Irishman good with the fist. Connor Rosie gets wrapped up. Good tackling by Carl Amon, another former Port Adelaide player. So quite a lot of history between these two teams. Obviously, Jarman Impey probably out there as well somewhere. And that's a push in the back on Luke Bruce. Looking in the Massimo D'Ambrosio. One of the great names, direction. And Connor Nash has popped up a few different places today. Takes the mark inside forward 50 for the Hawks. Starts it wide, that kick. Trying to sneak it back in. Can't, unfortunately, for Hawthorn. As Jace Burgoyne surveying his options. He's just going to kick it down the line. Smoke and Joe's into the game for the first time today. Mabior Chol plays on quickly. And D'Ambrosio gets the mark inside 50 once again. Already had a bit of the ball. 4 disposals, 3 marks. Starts it wide on the left-hand side. Swings it back, but again, not far enough. Let's just play our numbers short here. We've got 2 players wide. The Burger King is one of them. We go down the line here. We've got a few players who can take a mark. They can't do it, unfortunately, but we have space in the middle of the ground. That's exactly where we're going to go. Jordan Sweet. We have players streaming forward now. And Georgiades just sits under this one, sees Connor Rozee, and finds him. And just like that, Connor Rozee, 9 disposals on the game. No goals for him just yet, but he's kicked over 60 for the year. And he is proving why he is a worthy captain and possibly a worthy probably a Norm Smith medalist, but a Brownlow medalist, which we will cover at the end of today's video, the end of season awards, statistics, and all of that. Connor Nash kicking the ball forward for Hawthorn. Jack Gunston once again. He's got 2 to start. Lukosius has 2. Gunston has 2. Rozee getting amongst it. D'Ambrosio getting a bit of the ball as well. Now we've got Connor McDonald. Not sure what he was doing there. Short little kick forward. Finds Joe Richards. We've got players streaming forward once again. Berry's got a few to deal with. Can't take the mark. Whitlock running onto it. Can't lay the tackle. But Anastopoulos almost took the mark in front of Karl Amon. Now we're just chasing jumpers a little bit in the middle of the ground. Alia. We've got Whitlock. He's got 2. Can't take the mark. So the marking has been a little bit slack inside forward 50 today. Obviously, there's been a couple of really good ones, but there's also been a few that haven't been fantastic. Rozee under this one. Can't take it. Handball over the top. Quick kick forward. Rozee, not 15. Ball's loose. It's a ball up. There's a loose ball out of the stoppage. Handball over the top. Can't find anyone, unfortunately. And Alia has been absolutely everywhere, intercepting every ball that we've needed him to. And Zach Butters, 17 minutes gone. We could have a shot. Actually, that is what we're going to do. Has kicked a few goals this year. I think he's over 30 goals this year. Hasn't had a lot of the ball so far today. Going to be kicking it from right on the square. I think it's hit the post, unfortunately. Sicily out wide, looking for Mabior Chol down the line. Alia is all over him at this point in time. Back to centre half forward. Joe Richards was the hero last week. Kicked 5 against the Hawks. Goes short and finds Georgiades. Passed one off earlier today to Connor Rozee. Having a look at his first. Often forgot about at times this season. Puts through Port Adelaide's 5th. And after that goal, the executive decision has been made to sub out Ollie Wines. His injury is just no good at this point in time. Connor Rozee running onto it. What a kick that was. I didn't see who it was, but it may result in a Port Adelaide goal. Doesn't look like it will. But that was absolutely outstanding. And Will Lawrence subbed into the game very early in the first quarter. Well, very late in the first quarter, I should say, but very early in context of the game. Zerk Thatcher trying to catch up. Great hands by Ginnivan. No touches for him today. But lining up for his first. The Clown Prince of goal kicking puts through his first. 13-point game still. Ball over the top. Great stuff by Ryan Burton. It's been so good today. Looking for Lukosius at centre half forward. Takes the mark. Not sure how much time's left. We've got a few players short. And it's in the hands of Whitlock again for his second. And to extend the lead beyond 3 goals. Swinging to the left. And just snuck in. I did not think that was going to be a goal. But the youngster has done well. Ball kicked forward by Hawthorn. Actually, it's to our advantage. Lawrence trying to find Horn Francis. Does in the end. Long. Oh, it's wide though. Do not like that. But the Hawks play on straight away. That is risky. Almost ended up in the hands of Finlayson. Jai Newcomb does a good job at centre half back. Looking back to Tom Barras. Why do they handball from that position? That is terrible. And now the Burger King. Can we get one more before quarter time? Getting ahead of myself. Connor Rozee can't take the mark. They go wide. And D'Ambrosio has had a very, very good first quarter. Now Dylan Moore. There's the siren just before the 25-minute mark of the quarter. But what an exceptional start to this grand final. 6 goals to 3. The possessions have been absolutely equal, actually. But we are just dominating in the inside 50s at this point in time. Lukosius, 2 goals. Gunston, 2. And Whitlock with 2 as well. And then Connor Rozee, 14 disposals. 5 kicks, 9 handballs. The 2 clangers is something we have to work on. But he is just absolutely dominating this grand final so far. Bit of a different look in the midfield to start the second quarter. We've got Burgoyne, we've got Butters. But I believe we've already got the old fella, Travis Boak, in there. And it does not work so far on that first hit. A great smother by the Burger King at halfback. The ball going forward via Newcomb. Mitch Lewis down there. Ryan Burton with the intercept mark going wide. Aliria gives chase. Handball over the top to Burgoyne. Never finds him. Now he's got Zerk Thatcher running towards Will Day. Well, that is a goal-saving tackle by Zerk Thatcher. Bergman clears it. Does a good job. But Mabior Chol just too big for Jackson Mead. Inside now. Looking for Ginnivan. Just drops it. Another handball over the top. I think that was Sicily. And it's hit the post. Burgoyne sends it down the line. Lukosius actually standing on Gunston. Does a really good job with that ball. Great fist from behind by Mabior Chol. Butters going to end up with it. Looking inside 50. Rozee and Battle are down there. Rozee just too good. Just having a bit of a spell at full forward to start the quarter. Having a bit of a break, but this kick is actually a stinker. But it's just snuck in for a goal. Connor Rozee has 15 and 2 to start the grand final. Loose ball half forward for Port Adelaide. And the ball is backwards straight to Kane Farrell. That is not what I had designed. All right, let's go back inside 50. We actually kick it over the top of Horn Francis. And guess who? Connor Rozee ends up with it. We've got players forward. Mabior Chol has been all over this game today. Connor Rozee probably could have gone back and had a shot, but didn't in the end. But now it's Ryan Burton. Let's go deep to full forward. Boak is running back. He's got 2 to deal with. Not good enough. And it's another rush behind. Aliria intercepts in the middle of the ground once again. Looking for the Burger King. Can't find him. And now the Hawks have all the momentum going forward. Aliria needs to get close to this. Gives it up. We've got Farrell running onto it. Quick kick forward. If we can get someone, we can't. Ball's dropped. I think that was Warple. Oh, we are in trouble. We are in big trouble. The Hawks get one back. Connor McDonald with a fantastic kick. But again, we just cannot work the ball in the middle of the ground. And it's going to end up with a... Oh, who is that out the back by themselves? It was Mitch Lewis, but somehow Kane Farrell actually gets to that. That was a miracle. Let's kick down the line now. We've got Anastopoulos and Nash. Anastopoulos at least brings it to ground. That is something. Nash is out the back, though. Another good tackle. Ball's kicked back to the wing. Anastopoulos giving chase. We've got a player inside. Just stops. Drops. Didn't roll. What did I just say? Anyway, Zerk Thatcher and Ginnivan going to end up in the hands of Ginnivan. Got one in the first quarter. Does not make a mistake this time around. Cuts it back to a 13-point lead. Great fist out of the middle by Sweet. Great use of the hands. Now in the hands of Jackson Mead. Long ball. Burgoyne clutches it. Quite start to the grand final for him. Just the 7 disposals. But now has a goal. Just giving him a bit of a break from his wing duties. And I think he is going to be critical in the second half if we need to maintain our lead. Sweet. Again, just knocking it forward. Rozee and Butters just getting wrapped up in the middle of the ground. Have been a very good combination, a very good sort of dynamic in the middle. Butters gives it up straight to Sweet. Gets wrapped up again. Second consecutive ball up. Boak finally gets it clear. Drew. Rozee. Back to Drew. Drew gets dropped. Now the ball loose with Newcomb. Sends it down the line. Great hands by Will Day, the South Australian. He sends it into Hawthorn's forward 50. And Mitch Lewis. 19-point game. The chance to cut it back to under 3 goals. That's a good kick. He's done well, the big fella. has had his issues with injuries over the years, but showing the faith Hawthorn have put in him with that kick. Sweet. Again, Rosie just bangs it forward. Richards can't take the mark on Scrimshaw. Short little delicate kick over the top. Lukosius takes the mark. Hasn't really been seen in this second quarter, but still has 5 marks to his name, 4 disposals, 2 goals without a miss so far. I feel like I may have put the mockers on him. That's not bad. It's just wide though. Now a 14-point game. Gunston and Aaliyah pushing up the field. Gunston has it in the back pocket. Lawrence can't keep up with Dylan Moore. That is a risky kick. Now in the hands of D'Ambrosio, pushing wide for Battle. Battle cuts inside. Now Will Lawrence, the sub, getting into the game. And Connor Rosie, another mark inside 50. Already has 20 disposals on the game. We're halfway through the second quarter. Potentially looking for a 3rd goal. It's offline though. Accuracy been a bit of an issue for both teams so far at times. Both teams have missed, relatively easy set shots. Battle at half back. Short ball to, was looking for Connor McDonald, but found Burton. Back down to full forward for the Port Adelaide. I almost said Hawks. That is not what I wanted to say. Mead with the tackle. If the ball comes loose, that's out on the full. Okay. Horn Francis is going to take it. I dare say we're going to have to go with the banana here. Hopefully we can just squeeze this one in. Oh, that is beautifully done by Horn Francis. Back out to a 21-point game. Hawthorn working the ball very nicely by hand. Just the last kick inside 50 has been a bit of an issue for them in this game so far. Bergman kicking down the line, looking for Horn Francis. Just kicked a beautiful goal. Trying to get it back off the mark. Not a lot of options presenting forward. Looking to put it on the head of Lukosius. Just gets bodied this time by Carl Amon of all people. Short kick over the top. Risky, risky, risky. And who's that? It's Connor. Oh my goodness. What a game he is having. I was actually looking for, what's his face? Horn Francis, but didn't find him in the end. This for Rosie's 3rd. He's missed again. Not sure how many behinds that is on the game for Connor Rosie. Could be 2, could be 3. There's been quite a few bad misses, as I said earlier, for both teams from set shots so far. Ryan Burton has the ball on the wing. There's a short ball inside if we want it. It's Joe Berry. Haven't said his name today. Let's go down the line. We can't find anybody, unfortunately. Battle plays on once again. Seems to be a theme with Hawthorn in this one. Run with the ball as at the earliest possible opportunity. Burton over the top. There's a fist from behind. Horn Francis with a great tackle. That's a ball up. Cleared by Hawthorn. Did a good job. And now McDonald on the wing. He's had a bit of the ball today, actually. He's been very, very good. But the Burger King, too good for Jarman Impey this time around. Let's go inside. We've got a few there. I think that's Butters. It is Butters. Got a short ball here. Anastopoulos just sitting by himself. Drops the mark. Handball over the top. Berry! Puts it through. 28-point game. I'm not sure if that's the biggest lead of the game, but we're playing very well right now. And that is an excellent run from behind by Ryan Burton at half back. Let's kick down the line. Rosie and Ward. Rosie does a good job with his hands. And there's a short ball. Lukosius is found, and he's going to go back. Try and put that 3rd goal through. Missed his last opportunity. And to get one more before halftime would be absolutely astounding. Swings it to the left. Puts it through. It's a 34-point game. We have a free kick, apparently, and it's advantage. Connor Rosie, little outside of the foot number. And it's in the hands of the former skipper. The longest tenured player on our list. And he's absolutely butchered it. Down the line now for Hawthorn. Kane Farrell, so good. Let's just go short. There's a player there. Too short, apparently. Down the line. Hawthorn just kick it in hope, really, at that point. Nobody home. Let's go inside. Finds Connor Rosie once again. Ooh, that was risky. In the hands of Horn Francis, just drops it. Not really sure how that happened. Panic stations. Panic stations. Short ball. It's okay. It works out in the end. And then battle with a contested mark at halfback for the Hawks. Will Lawrence getting one of his first of the day. Short little ball to Burgoyne. Can we get one more before halftime? Barry sitting under it, and there is the siren. We couldn't quite get our hands on it. 5 goals to 3 in that quarter, just building the lead goal by goal so far. Lukosius has 3. Rosie, 2 goals, 3 has been a little bit wasteful in front of goal at times. Ginnivan's been really good. Whitlock has as well. Gunston's been exceptional, but Connor Rosie, 27 disposals in the first half, has been unreal. D'Ambrosio and Connor McDonald leading the way for Hawthorn. Butters, I mean, hasn't exactly been bad, but it's been really overshadowed by his skipper. Alir has been good. Burgoyne's been good. But Connor Rosie, what a game he has had so far. Let's see if we can continue that good form into the second half. Going to start unchanged from the halftime break. Rosie trying to get it free is wrapped up by Warple. Really good tackle by, I think he's 25 years old, Warple. Not 100% sure. Rosie gets another disposal. And Will Day running forward. Hawks just having their way at the moment in the middle of the ground. And Ginnivan, unlikely target at full forward, but he's lining up for a third. Has been one of the bright lights in Hawthorn's forward line today. He puts through his third, as I said, 28-point lead. Haven't seen a lot of the whiz today either. Ball kicked wide out of the stoppage by Hawthorn. Great tackle. Actually, ball goes back to Carl Amon. Great tackle again. That is holding the ball. Great tackling by Connor Rosie, who gets the free kick. Sends it down to Whitlock. And he gets the jukes out and takes a really good contested mark. Just the 3 marks today, but with each of his touches, he's kicked a goal. So lining up for his third disposal, his third goal, puts it straight through the middle. Burgoyne from just on 50, sends it down, forward. Whitlock takes another mark. Is he going to go around the corner or is he going to go for the drop punt? I think we go around the corner. That's probably the best course of action for a fourth. Slots it through. 40-point lead. I believe that's the biggest lead of the day. Just the 4 minutes into the third quarter so far. It's the Premiership quarter. What are we going to see? We're going to see a Hawthorn comeback, or are we going to see Port Adelaide just run away with the game? Or are we going to see more of the same? We do not know. There's the whiz. Talked about a bit of smack about him earlier. Great tackle by Butters. Takes Newcomb over the boundary line. We've got Sweet and Meek in the ruck inside Hawthorn's forward 50. Meek knocks it down. Warple's down there. Good tackling. Good tackling. Ball still loose. Impey gets wrapped up. And we still get another ball up. I thought it was going to be a free kick. Wasn't in the end. Sweet. Just smacks it down to Burgoyne. Ball loose. Warple. Kicks it straight over the goal umpire's hat. Cuts it back down to a 6-goal game. Ball at halfback for Port Adelaide. Willem Drew cutting the ball inside. Finds Jeremy Finlayson. Hasn't had a lot of it today, but been a really good backup ruck for us all season. Burgoyne brings the ball to ground. Can't pick it up, unfortunately. Now we've got Bergman. It's a 2-on-1. How on earth has the wizard marked that? Pulled out some Hogwarts stuff there. And Jack Gunston, another mark inside 50, lining up for his third of the day. He is no stranger to kicking goals on grand final day. Puts through his third. And what a performance by him today, the veteran. Hawthorn are not done yet in this quarter. The whiz sends it inside. And Mitchell Lewis popping up once again. So it's all the same characters inside Hawthorn's forward line today. We've got Lewis. We've got Ginnivan. We've got Gunston. Haven't seen a lot of the whiz, but Lewis puts through his second. The Hawks have 3 in a row. And another forward entry for Hawthorn. More sitting under it this time. Usually spends a bit more time up the ground. Only the 3 disposals for him today. But to cut the lead down to 19 points, he slots it. And excuse me, I meant 16 points, not 19. Anyway, Rosie gets the ball from Sweet. Butters works his way around a few. Horn Francis cuts it inside to Joe Berry. And as we've learnt over many times, many games this season, Berry, not the best set shot in the world. And that one is offline, unfortunately. I know it's early in Berry's career. That is a risky kick out of fullback. And Ryan Burton, of all people, takes the mark. I would not have thought he would kick a goal today, but he has. Puts it through. Lead back out to 23. Great hands over the top by Rosie. Burgoyne cuts it back inside. Butters gets wrapped up. Can't get boot to ball. Now we've got players running wide. Great tackling. Can't stop the boot, though. Mabior Chol has 2 to deal with. Can't deal with it in the end. And now Will Lawrence is found wide. We've got a player over the top. Actually, can't see who it is. It's Anastopoulos in the end. We've got Joe Richards inside. Hasn't seen a lot of it today. Finlayson kicks the ball over the top. Boak can't take the mark on Connor McDonald. Youth prevails there. And now we've got, I was going to say Callan Ward, but it's not Callan Ward. I'm not sure of his first name. I can't think of it right now. But Mabior Chol working the ball forward. Great hands out the back. Butters lays a crucial tackle. And the Burger King sends it down. We've got Sicily and Boak. Sicily wins out, but the ball is kicked forward by Hawthorn. And Butters takes a nice mark. Let's go. Oh, that was a bit straighter than I was hoping it would be. That is not a high tackle. We work the ball down our forward line. Boak can't take the mark. He runs onto it, has a few to deal with. There's a few players inside, but somehow it actually ends up in the hands of a Hawthorn player. And Jai Newcomb once again. Mabior Chol this time at centre wing. Can't get the intercept on Connor McDonald. Has 15 minutes gone. And Mitch Lewis in front of Zerk Thatcher. Going to be lining up for his third. So it's been all about the multiple goal kickers today. Not a lot of single goal kickers. That is a phenomenal kick. He snuck it in. 17-point lead. 15 minutes gone in the third. Hawthorn looking to get a few more before three-quarter time. And Guinea sends it forward. Probably didn't have the distance to kick the goal, which is why he played on. Zerk Thatcher does well with his mark on the goal line. Big fly from behind. Visions of Brendan Goddard on grand final day. Quick kick forward. I think that was Dylan Moore that kicked that. No, it wasn't. It was Dylan Moore. I thought Dylan Moore had a moustache for some reason, but I saw the number 13, and I thought it was Dylan Moore. Anyway, 11-point game. Jordan Sweet. Rosie needs to step up in this quarter. Has been relatively absent. Great hands in the middle. Trying to find Jordan Sweet. Short kick. Over the top. Can't take the mark. Richards with the tackle. Whitlock gets wrapped up. Actually, it was Boak in the end. God, this is getting intense. 11-point game, probably 5 minutes before three-quarter time. Quick kick forward. That's not going to be a goal. Rosie inside. He's snagged the third out of nowhere for Port Adelaide. He steps up exactly when we need him. Hawthorn will not quit in this quarter. Great tackle by Jackson Mead in the middle of the ground. It's holding the ball. Let's just kick it long. We've got players down there. Boak is one of them. Burgoyne, quick kick forward. Can't find a target, unfortunately. Hawthorn clear it very quickly. Well done to Jack Scrimshaw. But it's a poor kick inside. Rosie's down in the goal square. And oh my God. Give this man the Brownlow already. 37 disposals and 3 goals inside 3 quarters. How the hell has he missed that? But it's now back to an even... I was going to say an even 3 goals. Travis Boak. Only the 5 touches today. Maybe showing that his time has been had. It's another behind. The 100's up for Port Adelaide already. Hawthorn not far behind on 81. What are they doing? Ryan Burton. What is Hawthorn doing? They are throwing away the grand final. To be fair, we are throwing away set shots like it's nothing. Burton puts through his second, and it's back out to a 25-point game. And Burton, once again, at centre-half back, takes a really good mark. Ball is down the line. There's a big fist. Butters sends it long. Boak sitting under it. But nobody's on Rosie in the square, but Hawthorn get it clear. Jackson Mead, that's a high tackle. I've panicked and kicked it long, but there was nobody down there. Horde Francis, get back. We blow it. We could have gotten one easy goal before three-quarter time, but we're not done just yet. Willem Drew sends it long. Rosie. He's the best player in the AFL. I've determined he's the best player in the AFL. Take your time, Connor. There's no need to rush. He slots through a fourth. It's back out to 31. It was as close as 11 points at one time. It was as far out as 40. But what an exceptional quarter it has been. And Hawthorn, are they trying to get one more before three-quarter time? I don't know if they have enough time. Short ball. And Burn Jones has been quiet today. Oh, that is a horrendous kick. Heading back in the Mitch Lewis direction. Ball goes down towards ground level. Somebody pick it up. It's cleared, but I don't think it's gone far enough. Wow, okay, let's go wide. Kick it as far away from the goals as possible. Will Lawrence has actually been pretty good since he's come in for, what's his face, Ollie Wines. Little handball over the top. Are we going to try and get one more before three-quarter time? And Lukosius hasn't been fantastic today. He's kicked 3 goals. He's missed a few. And he's missed on three-quarter time. So I'd say he's been understated today. But he extends the lead to a 32-point margin. 6 goals for us. 7 goals straight for Hawthorn. So they really kicked on in that third quarter. But we just bring it back with a few quick goals before the end. Connor Rosie, 4 goals for. If he'd been kicking straight, he's probably had the best game of all time. And it's only three-quarter time. So we have to see what the rest of the game has in store for him. But we've got 1 quarter to secure our second AFL Premiership. Ken revving us up for the last time in this series. The hype music is on. We have got a lot to achieve in a very short period of time. The margin is only 32 points. Hawthorn have proven that they can come back from that with just that quarter alone. And they get the ball straight out of the middle. Zerk Thatcher. I think it's touched on the line. Ball was cleared out of fullback by Connor Rosie. Still at full forward, so he's had to run all the way from full forward, run back. Now Jordan Sweet down the line. Handball over the top. Butters running into open goal. He should have handballed it off. Had eyes only for the goals, and it may have cost us one. Great hands by Lukosius. Burgoyne, long ball over the top. Connor Rosie, quick kick off the ground. It's a behind. Hawthorn just working it out of defensive 50 right now. Jarman Impey kicks back, finds Scrimshaw down the line now. Alir. It's actually been pretty quiet since the first quarter. Hasn't really seen a lot of it. Butters down the line. Rosie can't take the mark this time. 4 goals, 5 for him so far. Has not had his kicking boots on, but it hasn't cost us. But we also could be, 10 goals up had he been kicking straight. But who knows how this would have played out. Kane Farrell. Burton is stuffed. We need to give him a bit of a break. Anastopoulos can't deal with Dylan Moore in the air. Everyone's stuffed. It's a grand final. You're supposed to be stuffed. Who's going to mark this one? Ball's out the back. Kane Farrell. One more. Quick kick. Ball's dropped. Oh, McDonald out the back. Gets another one for the Hawks. It's a 26-point game. And he's shown a lot of character in this game. For one of Hawthorn's younger players, he has been very, very good. Jordan Sweet in the ruck. Rosie back in the midfield, just drops it. Just a little bit slack there. And now Hawthorn going back forward. And Zerk Thatcher just comes out of nowhere and does a fantastic job at fullback. Players down the line. Very too small for Lloyd Meek. Short little ball to McDonald. One of Hawthorn's brightest today. Will Day plays on. Connor Nash. Butters in the pocket. Nash ends up with it, the Irishman. 14 disposals for him today. No goals. 26-point game. Cut it back to 22 if he can. Well, sorry, just to 20. He does. My maths today has been absolutely terrible. But he has done a fantastic job with that kick. We might be in a little bit of trouble. Rosie trying to find Willem Drew wide. Can't. Well, he actually does find, but he gets wrapped up straight away. And the whiz! This cannot be happening. Jarman Impey in the pocket with Farrell. Farrell does a good job. Let's play on. We've got Willem Drew down the line with Warple. I was going to say Butters, but it's actually Rosie as a crummer. Down the line now. Richards and Amon. Richards running back. Amon does a good job. Stands under the ball. Very courageous. Now the Wiz. Starting to get a bit more involved in this second half. Moore again running onto it. Gets wrapped up by Lawrence. We got a boundary throw in. We clear it. Richards. Can't take the mark on Barris. He's a big boy, Tommy Barris. Does a fantastic job. Burn Jones. Standing the mark. And Connor Rosie intercepts. Looking wide to Will Lawrence. Finds him. Burn Jones in a bit of space. Lukosius is running forward. Drew's running forward. Berry's running forward. Whitlock at full forward. Takes the mark. 4 goals for him today. I believe him and Rosie are leading the game. Whitlock, apart from his set shots, has done nothing else today. But he puts through a 5th. Gets it back to 26. Hawthorn a halfback now. Carl Amon playing forward. Looking for Luke Bruce. Where have you been today? Ball on the ground. Lewis kicks it back. D'Ambrosio already has one today. He's got another. Hawthorn bring the 100 up with a goal. D'Ambrosio gets his second. And it's still just over a 3-goal game. There's plenty of time left in the game for both teams to win it. Hawthorn pushing forward as they have done in this second half. Nash down the line. And Zerk Thatcher cannot deal with Mitch Lewis. He's had a great game as well today. 4 goals for him. To put it through. Around the body. Does well. 14 points the margin. Rosie trying to get another clearance for Port Adelaide. Doesn't play off. Or pay off, I should say. Quick kick or quick handball forward. Burgoyne looking for players inside. Handball, just one too many. Gunston, where have you been in the second half? Farrell, quick handball over the top. Works out okay. Rosie's wide. Quick kick. Looking forward. Burgoyne finds him. Does a good job. Kicking inside forward 50. Joe Richards. Kicked 5 in the prelim. Hasn't sniffed it today. That's a high tackle though. Now we got Josh Weddle. At centre half back. Just surveying his options. That was probably the worst of them. Handball over the top by Aliir. Ryan Burton has been sneaky forward today. And Mitch Georgiadis has had an absolute stinker. Kicked a goal early. Hasn't seen it since. 3 disposals to his name. But to kick a second, puts it straight through the middle. Gets it back to 20. Another hit out to Sweet. Georgiadis. Can't take the mark this time. Sicily plays on. Connor Rosie intercepts. Looking wide. Jordan Sweet on Warple. Ball's out the back. Butters is over the top. Quick kick forward. And he's hit the behind post. I think he was having a shot on goal. I don't really know what he was doing. But anyway. Ball over the top. That's a risky kick. But Dylan Moore has his hands on it. 15 minutes gone in the 4th. Looking for Warple wide. Finds him around the corner. Doesn't pay off. Got players in the vicinity. How does Connor Nash mark that? He had about 3 guys on him. But anyway, Will Days had a very good game so far. Ball enters Hawthorn's 4th line. And Jack Gunston, he's been winding back the clock today. 4 goals. He's lining up for at least. He's got 3. Starts it wide. Now he's got 4. And it can't be that much longer to go. It's 17 minutes gone. But, you know, we've had some quarters go 15, or not 15 minutes, 25 minutes. We've had some quarters go 22. So at most, we've got probably 8 minutes left. Zerk Thatcher can't take the mark. Farrell handballs it forward to nobody. Mabior Chol has been sneaky today. And Horn Francis, one of his influential tackles that he's been so good at today. I did not mean to play on. I thought the ball went to ground. Butters Kick forward. Rosie's running onto it. Hempels. Berry. Can't deal with it. Alir. Ginnivan. They're all in there. Oh, we have blown it. That was an opportunity to kill the gain off. And Ginnivan. Oh, no. No. Gunston has 5. And it's an 8-point game. And the ball's going back. Hawthorn's forward entry. No. Dylan Moore lining up for his 3rd. But to bring it back to under a goal. Hawthorn have kicked 20, but they're still down. It's a 2-point game. Have Port Adelaide been the choke artist that... Oh, God. Horn Francis, I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore. Let's just not panic. Will Day and Zerk Thatcher. We need a mark here. Ryan Burton, you superstar. Okay, let's go wide. We've got players running wide. Oh, God. Okay, calm down. Good tackle on Ginnivan. Let's just smack it forward as far as we can. We can't. It's going goalward. It's hit the post. Jesus. Okay. Connor Rosie. What's our best option? We could go into the pocket, but I don't want to kick it out in the full. Let's just kick it down the line. Zerk Thatcher's down there. Takes a good mark. Okay. Short little kick here. That's not 15. Okay. Okay. I'm not panicking. Horn Francis. Boak. Can't take the mark. Will Day. We're up by a point. That's out on the full. Let's just kill a bit of time. Top of the goal square. Georgiades takes it to potentially kill off the grand final. He's put it through. It's back to a 7-point lead. 23 minutes gone in the 4th. We need a mark. Can't take it. Ball going forward. Jeez, Ryan Burton. If it wasn't for Connor Rosie's masterpiece, you would be a shoo-in for the Norm Smith. How many intercept marks and how many goals has he kicked from the half-back flank, if you don't mind? And Georgiades has stood up again. Go back. I don't care if you miss at this point. But his last quarter, if he kicks this, he would have kicked 3 in the last quarter. The siren goes. Port Adelaide are champions of the AFL once again. After dominating the home and away season, we lose 3 games during the home and away season. 20 wins on the year. We lose our qualifying final to Hawthorn. We win the semi. We win the prelim. And then at 32 points up at 3/4 time, we're up by 40 at one point of the game. We somehow win the grand final by 13 points in the end. It was down to 1 point after Warple hit the post that could have put Hawthorn in front. 14 goals to 10 in the second half. What a performance by Hawthorn, but not good enough, unfortunately, for them. Jack Whitlock kicked 5, Gunston 5, Rosie kicked 4 goals, 5, 187 on the AFL Fantasy if you're keeping track. Georgiades came out of nowhere in the final quarter to kick 4. Lewis, Moore, Lukosius, Ginnivan, Ryan Burton with probably his best game for the club. But Connor Rosie, 50 disposals, and even 50 on grand final day. If he doesn't win the Norm Smith medal, this game is rigged. And now for the Prezos. The part of the season we have desperately been waiting for. Lifting that Premiership Cup, but first of all, we got to look at the skipper winning the Norm Smith medal. He has been the best player in the competition all year, so it is only right that he wins the Norm Smith medal on grand final day. With probably the best grand final performance I have ever seen, Ken Hinkley finally gets the well-deserved Jock McHale medal. And here comes, I know it's not Ross the Boss, but it's one of the other Big Ant guys. Let's lift that Premiership Cup. It's been 21 years in the making. It's been history in the making. And we avenged the demons of 2007 with a premiership in 2025. And the other candidates for best on ground are Ryan Burton and Connor McDonald. Connor McDonald was absolutely fantastic today. 20 disposals. Worpel was also very good. And McDonald kicked a few goals. How many did he kick in the end? He kicked 2. Worpel did kick 1 goal too, so had he kicked straight, that would have been a thing of beauty for Hawthorn. But Connor Rozee, 50 disposals, 12 marks, 3 score assists, 4 goals, 5. A tackle, 5 clangers, but we'll ignore it. But an absolutely astounding performance. Ryan Burton as well, 14 intercept marks, 2 goals from a back pocket was phenomenal. 16 disposals was incredible. Didn't tick off any of our achievements today, but I do not care. We win the 2025 Premiership, which is what this series is all about. Bringing Port Adelaide back to the top of the mountain as the most reputable and historic football club in Australia. That is what they pride themselves on. Their club motto is, we exist to win premierships. We got the SANFL this year. We've got the AFL one this year. We need to complete the set with AFLW. And don't think this series will end at the end of the season. We are going to do a season 2 because we've got to do a lot of recruiting. And that will be the next episode, will be our off-season extravaganza. And I had a look at the calendar. We've still got AFLW games to deal with up until the end of the year. So free agency officially starts on the 3rd of October, which is the Friday. So in the next episode, we'll be going through the entire free agency period. We might even do the entire trade period. We're going to do at least one of either the Hawthorn or Carlton games. We might do the Carlton games considering we just played Hawthorn. And then once, I don't know exactly when the draft is. Oh, that's still quite a while away. And then we've got 2 other games to close out the end of the regular season. In the AFLW, let's have a look at the season awards. Who wins the Brownlow medal? Connor Rozee, 39 votes this year. Does not break Patrick Cripp's record of 45. Jordan Dawson in 2nd. Dacos of the Nick variety in 3rd. Callum Mills was very good as well this season. Lukosius actually ended up with 20 as well. I wish I could filter this and show the entire club, but it only shows the guys that made the top of the podium, which is a little bit annoying. Coleman medal, Lukosius ended up with 83 goals at the end of the home and away season, finished on 103, I think, in total, including finals. And as you can see, Rozee, Whitlock, Georgiadis all did very, very well. A lot of really, really good candidates here. I'm surprised Noah Anderson wasn't higher in the Brownlow, because he doesn't look like he got a look in at all. Was absolutely incredible this season for the Gold Coast. 33 goals. Did a really good job. Whitlock's been absolutely snubbed for the Rising Star. Cooper Lord, I know he's a midfielder. 13 goals, 580 disposals. Not too bad, but if we have a look, oh, that's Jordan Dawson. If we have a look at Whitlock, these stats do include some of his SANFL numbers, but 87 goals for the year. Obviously, did a good job in the AFL. Ended up with over 70 goals, I think, this year. Draper in 3rd, Harvey Langford, and then Josh Smiley as well down there with Bo Allen, Costanti, and others. And in the All-Australian team, let's look at the Port Adelaide members. Aliir, as expected, was the All-Australian centre half-back. Connor Rozee is there as well. Lukosius at centre half forward. Whitlock made it as an All-Australian, but didn't win the Rising Star. That's sure. So 4 All-Australians this year. Very, very happy with our production. Free agency is going to be next, but I think we need to have a look at the end of season statistics for everybody league-wide. Jack Lukosius, 102 goals in the end. Whitlock, 76. Connor Rozee, 72 from largely the midfield. 593 disposals. A lot of marks. Georgiades ended up with 57, so the top 4 in the league, all Port Adelaide players. But what a phenomenal season by us. McCluggage led the league in disposals. Obviously, that's including finals. Marks, I dare say, would be Alir, and it is. Tackles was Chad Warner. Callum Mills, his teammate, not too far behind. No Port Adelaide players for clearances, which is quite interesting. And then disposals, kicks and handballs, I should say, is Jordan Dawson and Hugh McCluggage, respectively. Hitouts, Jordan Sweet wins out. Was very, very good this season. A little bit surprised he didn't make it as the All-Australian ruck, but was still very, very good. And the idiot hat for most behinds this season goes to Tim Membry. Phenomenal effort, 77 behinds, 28 goals. Ollie Henry not too far behind, 72. Tom Lynch, 72. Phil Thorpe, 71. Josh Treacy at least kicked some goals, 49 goals, 70. But still, phenomenal work by some of these players. And then Jack Lukosius obviously leading us in the goal kicking. Whitlock, Rosie, and Georgiades, you've already would have seen. Butters ended up with 34 goals this year. Burgoyne, 28. Anastopoulos, 28. Joe Berry, 24. Horn Francis ended up with 21. Finlayson, 20 as well. I'm surprised Finlayson actually played as many games as he did. Tommy Cochran did get some games. Didn't get a lot of the ball, often averaged less than 10 disposals a game, but did pop up with 20 goals. Ollie Wines, a bit bittersweet for him. He wasn't even supposed to play. Played a few minutes, but just didn't impact us whatsoever in the grand final, so we subbed him out. Burn Jones was pretty good running off of halfback. Willem Drew, much the same. Toddy Marshall, probably going to look for a trade next season. Just too many guys ahead of him in the pecking order. Jordan Sweet was awesome. Joe Richards, one game wonder. He was really good in the prelim, had an absolute stinker in the grand final. Pal Pepper, he's a free agent, I believe, so we'll see what happens there. Lockie Jones was very good off of halfback. Unlucky to not make the grand final team. Travis Boak just did his bit, his little veteran bit. Sometimes he was the sub, other times he played the full 4 quarters. He was there. I don't know how many career games he's on now. Ryan Burton kicked 4 goals all season. 2 of them came in the grand final, which is quite funny. Jackson Mead played 19 games for us, was very good. Alir was exceptional. Moraes, Charleston kicked 2 goals in the 1 game he played. Kane Farrell was good. Zerk Thatcher played every game. 27 games for him. 212 disposals with 2 goals. Lawrence played a few games late in the season. Logan Evans, Big Ivan, and the Burger King all kicked goals this year. Who are the players that played every game for us this season? Only 3 players did. That's actually quite interesting. The Burger King, Zerk Thatcher, and Alir. So I did talk about the, what's the right word? Just the strength of our backline unit, not being able to get injured, or not getting injured, really, in our backline. And then if we have a look at our sort of goal kicking stats, 102 goals, 46 for Jack Lukosius in the end. Whitlock, 76 goals, 33. Connor Rosie ended up with 72 goals, 40. 5 of those behinds did come in the grand final. Georgiades was pretty good in front of goal, as was Butters. Actually, most of our players were quite good. Were there any really bad ones? Berry did have his troubles at times, but still kicked over 50% in front of goal. I don't think there was any incredibly bad ones. Lockie Jones is the first I've seen that kicked more behinds than goals. But yeah, nobody was really, really terrible. Connor Rosie led in score assists. Horn Francis, surprisingly, not too far behind. But an absolutely incredible, incredible season. But now we wait until the start of free agency, which will be the next video. But thank you so much, guys, for your support on this just series so far. It has been absolutely incredible. Fan satisfaction also 100%. So I hope that is the same with you guys. Next season, I'm planning to up the difficulty for some of our games, because I know some of the games were quite easy at times. So since we did win the Premiership, we are going to up that difficulty, make it trying to win the Premiership again next season, try and make it a little bit harder. But that is all I'm going to say for today. I'm recording this on the Sunday, which is the date today? Sunday the 3rd of August. I'm hoping this will be out on the Monday, and then some point over the course of the week, there will be my next rebuild as well as free agency / trade period for Port Adelaide. So leave comments down below what you want your next rebuild to be. I'm going to put a poll up very, very shortly. And yeah, let me know what you think, because your vote matters when I do my club by club rebuilds. But that is going to do it for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching up until this point. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And until then, I hope you have a lovely day wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you guys then. Bye!